Now, welcome back if you're rejoining us. This is ELM Prep number 2. We're going to talk a little bit about the number line in this episode. The number line is just a line in which we designate some values positive and some values negative. -1, -2, -3, -4, and +1, +2, +3. And 0 is always considered plus. It's sort of a neutral number, and the only neutral value we can think of. It's neither negative nor positive, so we assume it to be positive. If I subtract 0 from any number, I'm not doing anything to it. If I add 0 to any number, I'm not doing anything. So on the number line, lots of times we just have some relative number, but maybe we want to know the distance from point A to point B. Well, one of the ways I can do this is I can just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 5 between these two. There's 5 increments between the two of them. Well, if I counted down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would also get 5. So if we're just thinking about the distance between 2 points, we would designate that as the absolute value. So whether you counted this direction or whether you counted this direction, the distance is the same. Well, that's easy enough if I only have a few numbers to count. But what if I'm on a number line that's a little bit longer? And maybe I'm out here at -27 and up here at +32. And I want to know the distance between A and B. Well, I can certainly go and say, well, that's 27 to there and 32 to there, and then I would add the total distance. So I could say that's really 27 plus 32. If I were counting from this point up to this point, I would go 27 to the right, plus 27 steps, plus another 32 steps, for a total of 59. And that's certainly one way we can do that. We can consider this an absolute value. This distance here is an absolute value, and this distance here is an absolute value, and then just add those two numbers. So if we're just looking at the distance between two numbers, I can make them absolute values and then add their values. Another way I can do that I could subtract where I ended up. I could say, okay, this is my final destination from here to here. So that's 57. And I subtract my originating destination of -33. Well, a minus times a minus is going to make this a plus. So once again, you see that I'm adding this absolute value here of 33 to the absolute value of 57 for a total distance between them. And that comes out to be a 90. Oh, that was nice. That number came out so nice. All right, so number lines, we can think of finding distances between numbers. Well, what if I'm down here and here's 0 and I'm here at, we'll say 8. And I want to know from 0 to 8, how far did I travel from A to B? Well, that makes sense that I went 8. Well, that's easy enough. But what if I started out here somewhere and I want to know what the distance is from A to B? Well, I could say this is B minus A, and then I would get that amount. Well, when you say B minus A, well, B is really the total distance from here to there, and A is the distance from there to there. So if I have B and I cut off the A portion, then I could see that I have the distance between those two values. So the distance between A and B is my final point minus the originating point. So B minus A will give me that value. I wouldn't even have to know what B was to know that the distance between them is B minus A. All right. Okay, that's basically most of your number line operations, and if you look at that, it's fairly straightforward. So that's number line, and some of the things that we do with it. Finding distances between 2 points, whether they're negative or positive. If I found distance, let's say I'm on the negative side. Let's put something really evil in our mind here. I want to know the distance between A and B, but they're obviously both negative. So let's just say that this is -3 and this is -10. And I want to know the difference between them. Well, we said the distance between them was the final destination minus the original destination. So I could say, well, if this is the final, -3, and I'm going from there to there, minus a -10, well, this becomes a positive, and 10 minus 3 would be 7. So the distance between these is 7. Well, if I count down 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I could get that. It's the same thing as taking this distance and this distance, subtracting this one off of there, and saying what's left. All right, number line. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.